If you follow my channel, you know over the past couple of months, I've been reviewing some of the best 2-in-1 convertibles on the market. And I was looking at the 13 and 14 inch devices. Started with the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, loved it with that 10th generation Intel Ice Lake processor. Followed that with the HP Spectre X360, one of my favorite 2-in-1s on the market, of course. And now I have this. This is the Lenovo Yoga C940. And this is a follow-up to one of my favorite laptops of last year, the C930. What makes it special, of course, is the fact that this has a rotating soundbar that sounds absolutely fantastic. They've upgraded it with 10th generation Intel processors, great build quality, great color options, and great display options. And I've got two of them. I've got the UHD version and I've got the Full HD version, and both of them are great. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Lenovo Yoga C940, 14 inch, coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Well, why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. And make sure you follow me on my social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. I'll let you know when I post a new video on those platforms as well. Today's video is brought to you by Bestech Universal Travel Adapter. Find out later in this video why this is my go-to must-have travel accessory when I go to Mobile World Congress at the end of February. And in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, Lenovo is not paying me for this video. I'm not being sponsored by Lenovo. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. Now, Lenovo sent over 2 review units for me to check out. Once this review is done, I am sending them back to Lenovo. And with that out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Now, you do get a 65-watt USB-C power adapter and an extension cord. Now, there's a smaller box within the box that contains the unit itself. Lifting the lid, you are greeted by the unit as well as some documentation and warranty information. Now, this is the UHD model. It's the mica color, which is like a champagne gold. It's actually pretty nice looking. It's very classy looking and very premium feel in the hand. This is a thin and light design, although not quite as light as the HP Spectre X360 we just took a look at. Now, they also sent over the Full HD model in the iron gray finish. And I have to say, I really love that iron gray finish. It looks to me very premium and very classy at the same time. I have to say both colors look really nice, although I am a little bit more partial to that iron gray, but that's just my personal preference. And of course, as we always do, let's check out the port selection. Okay, let's start off on the left side where you find the USB-A 3.1. That's always good to see, of course. 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. They do support data charge and display out, and they do support 4 lanes, so that's great. And of course, a 3.5mm headset jack. On the right side is the power button with the LED indicator light letting you know the device is powered on. Now, moving over to the back, you'll see the silo that houses the pen. But unlike last year's model, this is no longer spring-loaded. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I prefer it to be spring-loaded. And of course, you get that sound bar. Now, this sound bar is fantastic. We'll go over the sound later on in this video. Now, one of the reasons I like the Lenovo Yoga C940 is the fact that it has a thin and light design, making it a really great travel companion. And starting in 2020, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling for business. Starting at the end of February, I'm going to the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. That'll be the first time I'm attending that event. And while there, I'm going to need a great travel adapter. And one of the things that was sent over to me by a company called Bestech really fits the bill. It's a mobile travel adapter that really gives you a lot of options in terms of outlets. It also gives you USB ports to charge other devices. And that to me is a must-have, especially for the business traveler. And what I like about it, it's very portable, and they give you a travel case to go with it. That allows you to store it in your bag when you're on the go. I love the fact that they give you both a US plug and an EU plug. I like the fact that it comes in both black and white, and it has really good build quality. And the price is great as well, coming in at a very affordable $39.99. To me at least, this is the must-have mobile accessory when you're on the go. I'll put the link below for more information and where you can get it, and I want to thank Bestech for sending it over and sponsoring today's video. Okay, to get inside this laptop, there are 4 T5 Torx screws on the exterior. Remove them, and then there's a rubber strip that's reusable and it's riveted, so you'll be able to put it back into place, so you don't have to worry about that. And then once you do that, there are 3 Phillips head screws underneath that. Remove them, and then pop off the bottom plate, and you're in. Now, once inside, you'll notice that there are 2 fans for cooling, and it also has a 60 watt-hour battery. We'll go over battery life in just a little bit. But once inside, you'll notice that the SSD is replaceable, so that's good. It's socketed in. We like to see that. And as you can see, the reads are very good, although the writes could be a little bit better. And it also uses the Intel Optane memory. Now, unfortunately, the RAM is soldered into the motherboard, so you won't be able to upgrade that. Same goes for the Wi-Fi card, although I'm getting really good range, really good uploads and downloads. And for those wondering, this is what the pen looks like stored in the device. Now, there are 2 display options. Lenovo sent over both of them for me to check out. Let's start off with that UHD 4K display. First and foremost, I have to say it's absolutely gorgeous. Resolution of 3840 by 2160. You're looking at some really deep blacks. You're looking at some really vibrant colors, and the contrast is excellent as well. And it covers the color gamut very well. 100% sRGB, 85% Adobe RGB. This is a great choice for doing Lightroom, Photoshop, and of course, video editing. But keep in mind, this is a glossy display, so you will notice the reflections and glare in certain lighting conditions. Now, as far as the Full HD display, I was impressed as well. In fact, it has a pretty good resolution of 1920 by 1080, good black levels, good contrast, good colors. I was actually really impressed with this Full HD model, and it also will give you better battery life. We'll go over that in just a little bit. Both of these models, of course, are a 16:9 aspect ratio. I'm a little bit more partial to that 3:2 aspect ratio as far as getting work done, but 16:9 is an excellent aspect ratio for consuming media. Watching Netflix and YouTube are a pleasure on both the Full HD and of course the UHD models. And as far as display brightness is concerned, Lenovo claims the UHD model will get up to 500 nits and the Full HD model up to 400 nits. Now, I measured 422 on the UHD model and 341 on the Full HD model. Both are really good results. And of course, there's a benefit in going with that Full HD model. It did 10 hours and 41 minutes on my continuous web surfing test, whereas the 4K UHD model did 6 hours and 55 minutes. So if you're the road warrior, take a look at that Full HD model. You'll get better battery life. But if you do need to plug in, both units come with a 65 watt USB-C power adapter, which will give you 50% in 45 minutes. Full charge, you're looking at 2 hours and 29 minutes. Now, both units sent to me by Lenovo have Intel's 10th generation Ice Lake processor. It's the Core i7-1065 G7. They also have the Intel Iris Plus graphics, and that's definitely a step up from last year's graphics, of course. There is no dedicated GPU option. If you want that, move up to the 15-inch model. I already reviewed that. I'll put the link in the description below. As far as gaming is concerned, AAA gaming, this is really not that kind of laptop, although if you do lower the settings, you can play some of the older titles. You'll definitely get playable frame rates. Of course, you always have the option of adding an external GPU, thanks to having 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports that support 4 lanes. Now, when it comes to thermals, I think Lenovo did a pretty decent job. There are 2 fans in this laptop, which certainly helps with the cooling. Now, on the top, what you see here is when the device is idle. Below is when the laptop is under stress. And I noticed that it will start the thermal throttle at around 96 degrees Celsius, which isn't too bad. Now, it does have those 2 fans, as I mentioned, although they are not very loud and not too annoying, which is always good. Now, this being a 2-in-1 convertible, you can put it into the different modes. For instance, you can put it into the tent mode. This is great for recipes in the kitchen or consuming media. The same goes for the stand mode, great for watching Netflix and YouTube. And of course, you could always put it into the tablet mode. This is great for use with the pen. And speaking of the pen, it uses the Wacom AES technology, and there's no batteries to contend with. You don't have to find quadruple A batteries, which can get expensive over the long haul, and sometimes they're hard to find. This recharges when it's in the device, and I love that. So this is the front-facing camera on the Lenovo Yoga C940 14-inch. Actually, I do really like it. As you know, I checked out the 15-inch. This is its smaller version, and really impressive so far. Now, this is a 720p, 30 frames per second webcam. It's not Windows Hello compatible, unfortunately, but it does have a shutter switch to give you more privacy. You don't need to put tape over the webcam for more security. That's pretty good. And I like the small bezels on this. I like the reverse notch, which also acts as a latch as well to lift the lid when you need to do it one-handed. Now, I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. And just like the 15-inch version, the Yoga C940 14-inch version also has the reverse notch. Not only does it house the hardware for the webcam, it also has a latch for you to open the laptop up. I think that's a great design feature, and it works really well. Although trying to open the laptop up with one finger didn't go quite as planned. When it comes to the keyboard, I would say it's okay. It's not the best keyboard I've ever used. It definitely has some decent tactile feedback. It's a little bit shallow on the key travel, of course, but that's true of a lot of these thin and light laptops, so keep that in mind. But having said that, good for long-term typing, not too bad. Again, I've actually seen better keyboards. This, I would say, is sort of middle of the road. And it has a multi-stage backlight that allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment. Now, as far as the touchpad is concerned, these do use precision drivers, so that's good. They're very responsive. Two-finger scrolling was buttery smooth, and all the Windows 10 gestures worked as advertised. And there's a fingerprint scanner located below the cursor keys, and it worked well, registering my finger pretty much every time I used it. Great for Windows Hello login. Now, one of the best and most unique features that I love about the C940 is its rotating soundbar. Now, this is a Dolby Atmos soundbar. That means you're going to get some really good sound as far as volume. The mids are good. There's bass. I think this produces some of the best audio on a laptop. Now, there are two speakers on the bottom as well, producing, again, very good sound, filling up a room rather nicely. I think they did an outstanding job. Okay, let's wrap it all up. Can I recommend the Lenovo Yoga C940 14-inch? And the answer is a resounding yes. It's definitely worth your hard-earned money. And the reason being is I love its display options. If you go with the 4K display, it's absolutely gorgeous. If you go with the full HD model, it's a great display in its own right, and you'll get even better battery life. And speaking of that battery life, with that full HD display, I thought it was really good. I'm in love with that rotating soundbar. It produces excellent audio, and I love the fact that the pen stores and charges in the device. Now, there are a few negatives: no SD card reader, no HDMI port, the RAM is not upgradable. But none of those are deal breakers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give this a score of 92%, making the Lenovo Yoga C940 14-inch worth your money. So what do you think about these bad boys, the Lenovo Yoga C940? I absolutely love it, and one of the reasons I love it is I like its versatility. I like the fact that build quality is excellent. I like the color options between the mica and the iron gray. I think they both look good, and the display options are great, of course. You can go with that 4K UHD display, or you can go with that full HD display and get better battery life. So the versatility is there, and it gives you the options. I like the fact that the pen stores in the device and it charges in the device. You don't have to look for any quadruple A batteries. You don't have to wonder where are you going to store the pen. I absolutely love that feature. Now, I also like the fact that it has that reverse notch on the display. Not only does it house the hardware for the webcam, and it also acts as a latch that allows you to open the laptop just a little bit easier. Now, I really do like the battery life on that full HD version. You're looking at 10 plus hours. On the 4K, you're looking at around 7 hours or maybe a little bit less. Again, of course, this is all dependent on how you use your device, so your mileage may vary. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of the Lenovo Yoga C940? Now, stay tuned. I will have a head-to-head between the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, the Lenovo Yoga C940, and of course the HP Spectre X360. Which one will come out ahead? We'll find out. And we'll also compare it to one of my favorites this year, the HP Elite Dragonfly. You don't want to miss it. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya. Now, if you okay, Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Lenovo Yoga blah 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 blah. Okay, a little tongue-tied there. 4, 3, 2. Okay, all right, calm down everyone, calm down.